Loading straight in, you can see CJ over on the blue. We've got Somg on the orange, and right off the bat, it's going to be a kickoff right over in front of the blue in the first. In only 4. That's all it will take to get the first one on the board, and sometimes it doesn't have to be in glorious fashion. You just got to get that ball over the line, and he certainly does that. Somg striking the first. We make our way over into the second kickoff. It's over into the blue once again. So I'm going to manage to get himself some boost here, but loses his life in the process, and CJ going to move himself back into the mid-pitch, gets the ball, gets a flick, and it's into the top right. Equalized right off the bat, and it looks like we are going to have quite the match on our hands tonight. 16 seconds gone. 1 all represented on the scoreboard. CJ this time with a kickoff in his favor. Wants to move over towards the net, tries to land himself in front of that ball, but can't find the shot. Over into the blue once more. Ooh, fighting it over up this left wall. CJ wanting to play this over in front of the net, and Som looking to try and block, but allows a little bit too much room. And the cowboy hat comes out as we see a second on the board for the blue-sided CJ. 4 minutes 24 remaining here in game 1 of, remember, the best of 7. So a little bit of pride on the line here right now, wanting to strike first blood, of course, both of these guys. And of course, we of course did run the prediction to see who would be winning that. We'll get the statistics on that here in a second, but as we say that, CJ just managing once again to win the ball here out of the corner, just gets it in front and gifted a little bit of a net there by Som, but we'll have to see. Will this gap just become an ever-increasing fissure, or are we going to see some fighting back? Well, right now, CJ just looking to bully him a bit here on the back end. And it is going to be immediately into the 6th kickoff. We do actually have the prediction. It is a 66% odds for CJ, 34% favoring Somg, and we're going to have to see exactly how that will pan out here on the pitch. But right now, the supporters over on the blue looking phenomenal because the 5-1 lead giving them the edge for sure. For sure. A minute expired. Gonna be moving here into the orange right again, and CJ finds himself the ball. Gifted an opportunity at the net, and that's just gonna be a 6th. It slaps its way in. And 3 minutes 46 remaining, and we're going to have to ask the question, is Somg just going to be another lamb to the slaughter here? Once again, the kickoff over in front, and it's a 7th. The Brazil on the board. It is just... oh, can we call it a slaughterhouse? It is a little bit of a bloodbath here down on the pitch right now. CJ definitely here, and he's got new hands as well. I mean, it's a little bit... I don't know if that's a little bit of gaslighting or what exactly is going on here, but gonna be over into the orange once more. Som sees the attack coming in, wants to go for it, but CJ just gonna land the dribble and gets that ball in for the 8th on the board. A Brazil no more. A Brabil, I guess you could call it. I don't know what 8 gets replaced to in elite speak, but regardless, CJ winning the ball once more over here into the orange, and an opportunity. Ooh, Some gonna be it right back into the blue, and perhaps an offensive chance here. An opportunity which CJ immediately rips back into his waiting wheels as the ball moving back over towards this net, and it's gonna be the 9th. 9-1. An Ocho lead here for CJ himself, repping the NRG car, perhaps trying to, you know, suggest some roster changes for NRG. Maybe subtract a few players, get 3 clones of CJ on the board. That's the next RLCS title for sure, but Som looking to contend for it. Oh, it's going to be met, and it's going to be another shot. That's a 10th. A 10th on the board. And CJ, it's looking a little bit like a slaughter, and I'll admit, it kind of is. But a 9-goal lead. And this is really an opportunity for Som to get himself warmed into this. You can tell CJ, He's striking. He's like a cobra ready to pounce, and he's just gonna slide another one in. We've got rabid support in the chat for CJ. He seems to need it right now. Oh, the ball left in the middle for him, and CJ gonna slide in and steal it away once more. A 10-goal lead, looking to land up in 11th. Or an 11th in the lead, of course. It's 11-1 scoreline currently. Som getting the ball away and starting an attack. CJ looking to steal it up the wall. Som going for a little bit of an air play himself. Finds the ball. Can't quite find the shot. CJ denies it. And it's right back over into a defense. Som having to fall back into the orange side net to defend this shot. And CJ, he's going to just drop it down from up top. Som, he goes up to try and receive it. Finally going to be able to land a hit on that ball and manages to get it back over the mid-pitch line. But low on boost. Has to go back to refuel. CJ looking just to try and get another one on target here. Som sees it, reads it, wants to go up to block, and it's off the top cross. CJ to follow. It's off the top cross once more. Bouncing there along enemy lines. And CJ playing with his food perhaps here along the net. As Som looking to try and smack this one away. It's off the top cross. 90 seconds. And right over in front of the orange side net. CJ reads it out. Gets the ball in front of his net. Som with an opportunity to strike. Not quite on target. It's off the top right. Gonna try and read it over here in the corner. It's going to bounce right back over, and CJ ready to receive it. A slight bump. That gets him a little bit off target there, and it's going to allow Som an opportunity. He gets it back over. A motorcycle drives nearby, rearing its support for the match. But the 10-goal scoreline still just seeming a little insurmountable here by Somg. It would, be wishful thinking to say he could come back in game one, but a phenomenal save there. And right now over into the mid-pitch, Som an opportunity. Oh, it's back to his end, but looking to play it out. CJ a little overcommitted, an opportunity for a second. Oh, it's off the top. CJ trying to play this one away. 30 seconds remain. Over off the right side. It's going to bounce down back into middle. Oh, and that's an opportunity. Somg spots it, goes in, tries to get it on target, but it's a save from CJ. The gatekeeper slams the gate back shut and delivers the ball right back over, but Som sliding into deny, and it's not going to be, CJ's gonna win it. I don't think that was in doubt, but great work there from Somg trying to fight in, and we'll see how he goes into game number 2. CJ smells the blood in the water, and he's here to see if he can strike twice. Well, Som immediately into the middle, and this time not going to be gifted an immediate goal. Finding itself back over to CJ. The ball in front of the orange. Starts to try and dribble it over, but sees himself now with a trapped Som here in the corner, but Som getting a touch away. 20 seconds already expired here, and nobody to strike yet. Shall we say, contradiction to how we saw the first match pan out right from the start. A little bit of sportsmanship in the match as, CJ, he's just going to get a roller in. Som trying to get that one easily away, but a little bit of a miscommunication on his end between, the brain and the hands. Sometimes you go a little bit too far right, and it just ends up going in, We all have those days, and Som, he has seen himself the first goal towards CJ. Now over into the right side corner. CJ wants to try and play this one past. Som's actually going to be the one to win it. Now over into the mid pitch. Som to fight once more. Wins it over towards the left wall. And limited boost from CJ. Gets him to fall back initially. But Som, slow on the approach, manages to force the commit. And now CJ trying to fall his way back. And you can see the ball setting itself up for a potential shot. CJ sees the opportunity, but he can't deny the shot. Somg, a backflip shot to get that ball on target, and that's going to be the equalizer as CJ allows it through. We said a little bit of a miscommunication between the hands and brain for Somg, but those new hands for CJ showing the flaws of doing a hand change this close to a show match. It's just the risks of the industry, but the match goes on, and now an equalized scoreline to play from. CJ with the ball in mid. Wants to roll this over. It's in front, and it's one through. And the Cowboy shots ring out as the first advantage returns to CJ. Back now over into the fourth kickoff. Some trying to slow down there and read a little bit off CJ's play. Does manage to win it over towards the right, but both players falling back from boost, and this lends CJ the opportunity to regain ball control. Goes in with a dribble, gets it over on target, and Some bumps it away before being bumped away himself. A nice save. Back over towards the left. And Some, he's definitely looking to try and land this one on target. It's a nice shot, but it's high. Off the top cross, and will CJ be able to land this one on target? He's had a very good shot accuracy so far, and he's going to continue to deliver. 4 shots, 3 goals, and CJ snipes a third. I say snipe. Not exactly a snipe. But we got it over the line, didn't we? He's definitely taking his time with that one. Taking his time with a few of these shots, and perhaps showboating a bit for the audience as he gets a little air dribble going. Getting the bangs out from the net as a 4th on the line for him. 3 minutes to go. And Some wants to make his way through. Does manage to keep the ball over towards mid, but falling back towards goal. Sees an opportunity to strike, wins it into the blue side corner. Looking to try and open this up, but doesn't quite manage to get the touch. And now CJ, an immediate counterattack. Can Some get there in time? He tries, but can't get the ball out of the way. CJ striking through and getting a 5th on the board. Now we're back over in to the 7th kickoff here of game number 2, and potentially the 6th goal for CJ, but it's not going to strike through. The inner crossbar to save that one. Some to start up his own counterattack. Ooh, the ball nearby, perhaps trying to fake out CJ there on the approach, but CJ a little too wise for that one. The trick's not going to work, but Some not going to allow the shot through. It's denied next to the goal line. Moving its way back over. 2 minutes to play with, and Some looking to try and close the gap by 4. Sees an opportunity and wants to just snipe it under that top crossbar, but a little overzealous there on the initial jump. Gets himself a little bit too early in, and now the ball back into the orange. Needs to try and play it away. CJ into the left wall. The ball finds itself now over in front of the blue, and there it is. Somg with a 2nd on the board as he fights for his life in game 2 of the best of 7. A little bit of life breathed in to the orange side of the pitch. But the ball won immediately back over towards it. And Some another opportunity to strike, and oh my goodness, the hat trick on board. Somg has gotten himself a triple on the pitch, and here's the scoreboard for anybody interested. 2 saves on board, both of them for Somg. Phenomenal defensive play out of the orange side. A 2-goal gap now between the two teams as we enter the final 100 seconds. And Somg looking to try and make it competitive. It's one over. Ooh, no, CJ, a backflip to deny. And it's now back over towards the right side. Some, an opportunity to clear it away. Does manage to touch it back towards mid. Wants to chase it out. Gets it past, and that might be a potential 4th, and it will be. The gap from 4 to 1, and it's almost all the way shut. We called CJ the gatekeeper, but perhaps we have a battering ram in Somg looking to strike down that door. CJ not wanting to allow it through easily, and Some, oh, he's there to deny. Back over on target. It's a little bit high. Ooh, but CJ still there to deny. Doesn't want any sort of potential slip-ups here right near the end. Just wants to hold on to his lead, and he's going to extend it. He says, no, no, no. We're gonna close those gates right back up. 6-4, 55 seconds to play with. And Somg, he's put up a fight here in game 2. Could potentially still strike. Of course, it's ones known for the fast scoring potential. And if some can perhaps make lightning strike twice and strike quick, of course, he could fight his way back in here to try and equalize up the series. But CJ goes for the air dribble, goes for a bit of a flip reset perhaps, but it's going to be hit out. And Some now with the counterattack. 32 seconds to his name, but 100 boost. And looking to try and strike first. CJ to save it towards the corner. 25 seconds now. Still a 2-goal difference. And still Somg fighting for event life? Tournament life? Well, no, I guess he's not really fighting for life. He's only down by 1, but definitely looking to try and build himself some confidence. And he definitely has here in game 2. 4 goals against CJ. New hands or no? An impressive feat. Not one I can say I've ever boasted. Oh, and CJ, he wants to get the 7th goal at the end. He's not allowing this one to touch the ground. He spots it out. Will he deny it? Goes in. He does touch it, but the ball not on the ground. Oh, and there we go. CJ sniping away game 2. And we'll be back with you in a minute to see who wins going in to game number 3. CJ strikes first and second, and going into game number 3, we have to see if he's going to put himself up onto match event. Well, I guess we can just, we'll break out the tennis terms. Game, set, and match point, basically, if he takes this one. Some looking to try and keep himself from being a hair's breadth away from defeat, but right now the ball finds itself high over into the blue. CJ with an opportunity. Does decide to go in, tries to get an attack on board and try. No, he succeeds. 23 seconds is what it takes here in the third to get the first goal on board, and it favors the blue. The ball, once again, won over into the orange straight off the kickoff, and Some looking to try and hit it away. CJ, a tap off the left wall. Sees himself an opportunity to go, and Some tries to commit for it, but a little bit too forward on that advance, and it's going to be rolled right back over into the defensive line for him. CJ, an opportunity to play away. The wave dash trying to get himself back on board, and you can see back over into the mid, looking to try and set this up. Some, again, goes for a drop-down shot right under that top crossbar, but unfortunately, it's denied once more. A minute expired. And CJ looking to set up his second goal. It's going to be a shot off the wall, and he delivers it all the way from heaven on high. From all the way across the pitch, just going to be guarding that one straight in like a mama bird, looking out for her young. Well, we'll get out of that analogy quick here as we go into the third kickoff. Somg, the ball in his wheelhouse to play with. CJ gifting him an opportunity to play it over towards the left wall, and now, it looks to be a shot over off that wall, and it's just going to get read by CJ. Met there by a stonewall defender. And Some trying to backflip his way into a clear there, but CJ an opportunity off the top cross. The third denied. The whoops in chat. He was not intending for that miss, ladies and gentlemen. There was no intent to miss on that one. And now back over into the back left, as CJ denies another fadeaway shot by Some into the net. But now a dribble on board. Looks to try and drop it over, and it catches Some off guard. The third in for CJ, and the hat trick in 2 minutes. A little bit of profanity in the chat there from Some. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for anybody watching at home, but we will, of course, be seeing the fourth kickoff back over into this blue side corner. Oh, CJ gonna immediately try to play that one out, and Some limited boost here. Wants to try and grab the full pad. He is gifted it, but it's CJ keeping himself a little bit in the tank as Some begins his own counterattack. Wants to try and perhaps mimic it. We are humans after all. Monkey see, monkey do, and it looks like Some definitely wants to do, but back over into the net is CJ to deny. 2 minutes 30 remaining. We're over the halftime mark, and Some yet to strike here. Looking to see perhaps if he'll be gifted another opportunity at the net, but CJ back over into the orange immediately, and it's a bump play, but the shot not on. He has to try and recover it, and it's back in time. Some to try and get that out of the way, but ends up hammering it home as CJ bullies his way through to the quad lead over the 0 of Some. The fans, you can hear a little bit of discontent in the crowd there. You could hear a few fans not quite sure they like this new bad boy side of CJ they're seeing out on the pitch. The flips, the turns going around. You are not quite sure. A different beast here on the blue side, perhaps. But some, his supporters, holding on strong. Looking to see if perhaps miracles can happen down on the pitch. 5-0 over into the left side. And here we do, of course, have a great question from the audience. What region we are on US East, representing the best North American talent we have to offer here, of Somg up against CJ. And it looks like Somg, another opportunity and another denial. CJ back into the orange. Is he going to strike in his 6th? He is. He delivers it with a backwards drive. And that's going to be an 84-second timer on Somg trying to find himself some way back in. He says he wants to forfeit, but the competitor in him won't allow it. But when you see shots like that coming right off the rip, it does make it difficult to take the silver linings out of that playbook. Well, 82 seconds. And of course, you know that audience immediately going to turn on either of these players if a forfeit comes out. That is just not the competitors we've grown to know and love here from, of course, Somg and the greater Triple Crown community. So now 60 seconds. Back over in front. Ooh! CJ reads it, does manage to deny. Back over in front of the net is Some with an opportunity. CJ looking just to dribble it away. And now we're back over in front of the net. It's going to be bounced over in front of the box. And you can see CJ, he just wants to clear this one away. Perhaps a little scared for his life. Fighting for the event on the line. Of course, CJ, for every goal scored against him, he is going to have to do 500 push-ups. That is the promise he made going into this show match. So, I mean, he's really been trying his best, and last game was not great for him on that At full disclosure, he did not make that promise. It would be hilarious if he did. But, geez, that might make him reconsider giving up a few goals. Well, Some sees an opportunity for CJ to strike, and strike he will. 13 seconds remain here in Game 3. And Some, it's got to be said, what a great competitor here. Putting up with just the shenanigans out of CJ here. Just to give us a little bit of fun going into, of course, the second match we'll have tonight, which will be closely following these guys at 11 p.m. We will have, I believe that is Cosmic up against, let me not butcher his name because I will if I don't read it. It's going to be, I believe it's Rad Moves. I was going to call him Red Bones. That was incorrect. Rad Moves. Sorry about that, brother. It is going to be Cosmic against Rad Moves. But for now, we go back to break and see if CJ can close it out in 4. And ladies and gentlemen, going here into game number 4. And it is important to note we are joined by the official Bright in the chat with the TRC community to see if CJ can close it out, but Some, a mirror image of game number 1, perhaps striking immediately off the bat, and CJ just not able to find his way in front of that ball. Over now, another Some kickoff off the bat, and perhaps the protagonist arc here out of the orange. We might be seeing CJ goes for an early block. It's not going to connect, and Some an opportunity to strike, and strike he will. The double tap. 2-0. CJ a little bit stunned here on the back line. Not quite sure where his tactics are going wrong, and Some a triple. It's a hat trick right off the rip. 4 minutes 41 remain. And CJ, 1,500 push-ups all ready to do from this one. It is not to be understated how many push-ups that is. That's a lot of push-ups. Over now in front of his own net. Looking to try and get it away, but accidentally own goals it. The whoops is in chat. That was unintentional, ladies and gentlemen. The 4th on the board. And Somg coming out swinging. The new hands perhaps acting up here on the CJ side. And this is the risk, making such a crucial equipment swap this close to a match. He knew the risks going in, and there it is once again, the flaws showing and the cracks becoming fissures as Somg strikes another one through. 4 minutes 25, and the ball met up high. CJ fights his way over into some boost, perhaps trying to fight for his first goal here. Sees an opportunity to strike, does go for it, but Somg to clear it away. An immediate turnaround from CJ, looking to get back into striking distance, but it's Somg looking to try and move this one out. Over towards the left wall. CJ wants to try and read it here against him, and he does, and that's a shot. Should be fully on target, and it is. CJ finally showing us a little bit of the magic that's got us here to this situation. Back against the wall for Somg, and CJ closes the gap to 4. Back to the orange once more. A fully boosted CJ looks to try and defend against the dribbling Somg, and oh, the dribble almost connecting itself into the shot. The crossbar perhaps looking to get into the way of that one, but CJ making it a non-issue as the second goal getting scored immediately back into the orange net. And after the initial 5-goal blunder, it looks like CJ finally finding his footing. Should I say wheeling? I don't know if it's still footing, if it's with wheels. Not sure. We'll check the committee on that. But with a minute 30 gone, he is going to have to be precise to get these 3 equalizers before this shot clock has expired. Don't know why we're wheeling. I agree. The chat has agreed on wheeling. The committee's in. They've decided. But now over towards the right wall. Somg to look and play this one out. He does. Gets an opportunity to strike once more. A 6th potential goal on board. Doesn't manage to connect in time. And CJ, he wants to take advantage. But slicker than oil. It's back over towards the right. Somg back to the ball and hits it away. No boost. And CJ trying to scramble back to get back in time for it. Manages to fully reboost himself, and Somg back into the ball. It's met towards the left wall. Back over towards mid, bouncing in front of the net. Somg to look to play it in, but an accidental backflip leaves CJ with an opportunity to get a hat trick of his own. Over towards the net, off into the crossbar. Back over towards the right side, now over towards the net, but not quite on. CJ stealing away the boost, starving Somg here against his own net. And the shot finally gonna find its way in. 3-5. 2 goals separate these two competitors. And CJ, he is trying to bring this one back. Don't call it a comeback just yet, ladies and gentlemen. Somg gonna go for the initial block, but can't quite find the timing. And CJ, the gamble pays off. He goes for the kickoff and is successful. 4-5. 2 minutes 18 to go. 1 goal only separating them now, and Somg, he might have thought he had this one in the bag, but he is looking to try and now hold on to the lead he struck out so early with. And it's going to be a spawn situation that actually favors Somg, an immediate block. Now back over towards the right wall. Rolling off, CJ looks to meet. It is over into the left side. And now over towards the right wall. CJ playing it a little bit back towards his own end, and oh no, the new hands perhaps acting up again. No, he recovers. It's a shot back over, but Somg denies. It's a flip towards the wall. And now met there over against this net, and CJ drops it in. 5-5. And with 88 seconds, that is going to be a tied ball game. It is anyone's guess who could bring this one away. CJ looking to close out a clean 4-0 sweep. Meanwhile, Somg looking for a fighting chance. But that chance evaporating before his eyes. CJ strikes a 6th. And now the table's perhaps turning. And Somg, the magic we saw from the start of this game, starting to perhaps fall by the wayside. CJ delivering another ball centered right up towards this net. It's actually going to be on, and it's going to drop itself in. The hat returns for another shooting gallery, and the lead extends to 2. Oh, the kickoff from Somg, and another rare mistake out of CJ allows a 68-second 6th goal to be scored here. Somg unable to strike since the first minute, and now finds himself his 6th. In the last remnants of the game, a lagged message in the chat there from CJ, blaming technical issues on that one. That's going to be a technical call there from CJ, but of course, tries to come back through, gets himself the 2-goal lead once more. But again, ladies and gentlemen, for every goal being struck here by Somg, it's 500 extra push-ups for CJ, and that's 3,000 from this game alone. So he's going to have a busy week. I don't know if any of you ever saw Coach Carter, but it took those kids a long time to do that many push-ups. But anyway, back over into the mid-pitch. 50 seconds. CJ back over towards the net, and there we go, a 9th in there. We've got the reverse funny number on the board and 40 seconds to go, with Somg looking to try and close this one up. And now over towards the right wall, over into the blue. An opportunity to strike, and the iron from red hot to cold as CJ kills it over towards the wall. 35 seconds. And it is going to be the wall. 1 over back into the orange once more. The boost being stolen, and CJ showing a little bit more of that dastardly side we saw over in game 2 with some of the bump and demo plays. Oh, but that's going to be a bump straight in. And an oh no, Somg, an accidental hit into his own net. A heartbreaker here at the 11-second mark. And that might be what seals it. The match as close as they come, but of course, this will be CJ pulling away against all odds. He pulls out a victory, and Somg puts up a fight, but CJ ultimately proving his mettle and taking the match 4-0.